Hello, Hofstra fans, and welcome to the W. Mason Coach Report with head volleyball coach Emily Mansur. Welcome, Coach.
Thanks, Stephen.
Coach, it's a great week here at Hofstra. Your team is the CAA champion, as evident by the trophy to your right. You head to the NCAA tournament. We'll get to your opponent for the NCAA tournament momentarily, but let's talk about the CAA championship. 2 5-setters down in Charleston. You beat Towson in the semifinals, and then James Madison in the championship match. Let's give us your thoughts on the championship your team was able to win down in Charleston.
And as you said, 2 tough matches. What do you expect for a conference final? And as the CAA gets stronger, we expect the top teams to be always fighting right there, point by point. And it was very exciting to be able to beat Towson in 5, get to the next day and beat JMU and get the championship and become the 2018 CAA champions. As a group, I think we were focused. We knew what we wanted to get, and we accomplished.
It's interesting. Your team obviously has been vastly successful this year. 25 wins, very strong in 3-setters this season. The one area you have not been successful prior to about the last 3 weeks was 5-set matches, and something changed late in the year. Can you pinpoint what was able to make your team be more successful in those 5-setters and where you took both of them in the tournament?
I think it's maturity. I really do, as a group, as a unit, as who we are, Hofstra Volleyball. I think it took us a little bit to understand when you get to the 5th set, if you want it, it's ours, and we gotta go get it. And I think once we understood the whole concept, we were able to change the outcome of those 5 sets where we were not at the beginning of the season.
And specifically, both the ones in the tournament, your team took early leads, specifically the championship match, a 7-0 lead in that one. So obviously that's the key. But did you see something different early in those 5th sets that helped your team capture those wins?
It was so pretty tough. I think really whoever was behind the line, and for the 7-0 was Naneshka Paris, she went for it, and she knew who the target, who we wanted to get, and she went with everything that she had, and she was confident. We looked behind, and she was ready to get the great serve and take them out of system and be able to play our game.
And speaking of Naneshka Perez, the 3rd set, she was also on the service line for something I've never seen in 20 years of watching volleyball. She served 13 straight points. I've never seen that between 2 quality volleyball teams with such a long, extended run for one team. She's become probably your 2nd or 3rd best server this season. Is there something you saw during that run, or just it was kind of just a process that played itself out, that the success of that run kept building and building for your team?
I think it's a great example. Naneshka was never the strongest player we had, but was someone that throughout her 4 years here, I would say worked the hardest every single day. And to see her be able to get to that point, as you said, to get 13 points and going for was beautiful. That's what we say, hard work pays off, and it paid off on the exactly right time.
Speaking of hard work, you really had like 3 or 4 players that had kind of career weekends in the championship. We'll take it one by one. We'll start with the most outstanding player, Lara Mashulo. Really strong championship match with 25 kills. She kind of wouldn't say led the team, but kind of helped carry the team there. What did you like from her in the tournament?
Laura wants to win. Laura wants to win every time she gets on the court to compete. And I like to see the leadership role that she took as our captain, and just she wanted every ball and she was going for it. She really got better in her blocking, which was one of her weaknesses, and she got there and she was able to accomplish the things that early on the season she was struggling with.
The next player we'll talk about, which kind of already referenced, Naneshka Perez, also named to the All-Tournament. You see seniors step up as their careers are coming to a close or possibly ending, and she's evident by that more than anybody in your program right now. What did you like from her over the weekend that you really saw that helped lead off to the wins?
How she responded by not playing really well on the 4th set versus JMU. Nani knows, Naneshka knows, as we spoke, she was probably one of the reasons why we lost that set. And she got to the 5th set and she said, I want to win, and she made a huge part to happen. She 7-0 switching sides with the little extra point for us, and how she responded to not having a great set really was what impressed me by her on that specific time.
And then we got Michaela Rukley, arguably the best match of her career. I would say she almost put her team on the back at certain points during that match. 20 kills, just an incredible performance. Little thoughts on her and her performance there.
Mika Michaela Rukli, my God, what a transformation from the first day she stepped into Hofstra University at our Hofstra volleyball program to how she finished the CAA playing. It was phenomenal. It was phenomenal to see her have such aggressive match versus JMU because she had a struggle previous in the season, and just who she became as a player was really exciting. I think as a coach, one of the best things to see the development of our players.
And then your setter, Louisa Sidlick, 68 assists, the most for a Hofstra player in 18 years in any match. You probably don't even know that. I did the research. Just an incredible performance. She made every right decision in that match, that championship match, and clearly was obviously one of the keys. Did you see that coming? What are your thoughts on her match that she played, in, especially that championship match?
I did know she was going to have a phenomenal championship match because she didn't have a great semifinals and easy. Louisa does not have two bad matches in a row. So I was pretty, as her coach, very confident on having her step on the court. Did I think she was going to make 68 assists? Not. But she made great decisions. She is one of the hardest kids on herself. She's never satisfied on how she plays or how she does things, but I think she really took charge to being better than what she was and made her hitters look great.
And then another senior, obviously stepping up, Kaylee Denham, 17 digs, most all season for her, most in over a year. Was there when your team needed her the most in that match to help in your defense. Just the thoughts on something like that stepping up with obviously the best match of their senior season.
Just today I came to her and I said, what happened and how did you change so much right now? Please teach me and tell me so we can help other players go through this process a little bit faster, because what a phenomenal change by Kaylee. She wants it and she's making things happen for herself and for her team, and it's, again, as a coach, all we can ask is to see that and to see the transformation. Yes, she was a big part to why we won. She really was. She was in there, she won at every ball, and she just made the court look smaller because she was just a big presence.
Now we'll get to it. So the win sends you guys to the NCAA tournament. Hofstra's 9th NCAA tournament appearance, 4th CAA title. Selection show was on Sunday night. Your team will play Nebraska, the number 7 ranked team in the nation. The program you're quite familiar with in postseason play. We'll get to that in a minute. What are your thoughts going into the match and the greatest college volleyball atmosphere in America?
As you said, a great atmosphere. We are going to compete. It really didn't. It's exciting, the selection show, but for us and our mindset was no matter where we are going to compete, to represent, to play hard. And getting to go to a place where they get sold out, and it's a beautiful environment, it really just makes things better. And we are going there to have a great first round and play some very nice volleyball. Have
you had a chance to review any Nebraska film yet, or is that starting now tonight or tomorrow?
It started as soon as we left here yesterday. We have a pretty quick turnaround, and we get to watch and see their numbers and see what we have to work on our gym to just be a little bit more familiarized when we step on that court on Friday.
Coach, remarkable note about you. In your career now, you have made 3 NCAA tournament appearances, 1 as a player at Iona, 2 as a coach at Hofstra University. Would you mind telling everybody where you've gone to? Tell all the sites you've been to for the NCAA tournament as a player and a coach.
Nebraska, that's our second home for the NCAA, actually my second home for the NCAA tournament appearance. There is something that just keeps bringing me back there.
It's really remarkable. It's a wonderful place to play an NCAA tournament. Sooner or later you'd like to experience another university's campus or your own for the NCAA tournament, I'm sure, though, right?
Absolutely. That's what I made a joke with the team. It's not, if I didn't look excited, it was absolutely not because who we are playing. It's just 3 times. Can maybe get someplace different next time.
Well, Coach, we wish you good luck this weekend, and we'll talk to you again next week.
Thank you.
And thank you for joining us in the W. Mason Coach Report with head volleyball coach Emily Mansur.